I want to make you sound like the amazing divine human that you are, and the incredible writer and expresser of like the depth of living through this humor and, you know, like the wit.
There's like a sort of a golden thread, a golden frequency that draws us to each other, because I felt exactly the same way towards you when I saw your podcast and I heard the things that you had to say. What really surprised me the most was how many people just went along with it. Just one person can say, you know what, I do relate to that, and I see where she's going with this. And yeah,
Yes.
I feel that way too. It's very hard to maintain a perspective, and I think that's where I was going in my Rooster Diaries a bit as well, because it's also we are connected with nature, and if we ignore that connection, and if we get so sucked into this kind of cyber world of likes and votes and blah blah blah, what all of us can do is we can dream a better world, because we are dreamers, and I think that we came here to dream. We came here to manifest and then enjoy playing in our manifestations. And you just have to go and ground yourself and get in touch with what is actually real again. I had several encounters with a very irate neighbor in his underpants. And so what I like about what she says and what is actually true is that whether it's hellish or whether it's really nice, thank you very much, none of it is permanent. It's dissolving all the time. You are dissolving all the time. Your identity is dissolving all the time. All of our identities are none are fluid. You know, as your body changes, your identity changes with it. I have the hens and I grow vegetables, but you know, often just pass them some eggs over the fence, and she gives me some of her flowers. That's how it actually
Yeah.
works, you know, because that's the whole
I
the
love
whole
that.
I generally find sort of rural people are very nice. If you just treat them with generosity and kindness, and I think that just goes for wherever you
Yeah.
are and whatever you're doing. Even if they're more expensive, I would rather give that money to a family or whatever
Absolutely.
who's doing their best to than to a corporate who's taking all the profits. I can't change the world, but I can change my habits. That's the whole beauty of
True.
life. But that itself is just dissolving in any case all the time as we are. It allows me to, you know, not put myself out there as such. I can say, no, well, it's just a character. If your body does not belong to you, then actually who does it belong to? I respect somebody who has the courage to say what they think, even if it's not the same as what I
Yeah.
think, instead of trying to say the right thing and the politically correct
Oh,
thing, which is just death to conversation.
oh,
Men need sport in that way because
yeah. Primal.
yeah, it's absolutely primal, and it's a way for them to sort of bond with each other. It's just, for me, crazy to watch some people absolutely melting down over this person's election or that
Oh,
person's election,
I
but
know.
we tend to take ourselves so very seriously, and really it's going anyway.
We're right. We're here for such a brief time.
You might as well do what you like. You might as well say what you like. You might as well write what you like, because it boils down to that whole thing of just live your life as you see fit. I can say no to this and I can say no to that. And I can tell you now, I said no to so many things, and it gave me such an empowering
Oh,
feeling to do so. Things come to you when you look for them, and on that frequency, when you're coming from sort of
yes.
that frequency, you know, it just some, and it's not just things, it's people too. You can use a sharp knife to kill someone or cut a cake. For me, that's a currency. It's a currency of care. It's a
Oh,
currency of
love
love.
that
And
currency.
that's the best currency there is. It's enough now, you know, my body tells me when it's enough to stop something. I used to smoke like a chimney.
Yeah.
And I used to have figures appearing in my dreams and saying, listen, you've got to actually stop with the cigarettes.
Good.
But
Wow.
sometimes we've got to get to that stage. And you know, we say that's been making a mistake, and we've all made lots of mistakes. But for me,
I could
that's
almost
just
see
part
it.
of
Yeah.
finding out that's not the way to do it. I won't buy anything that I can't pay cash for it. I don't care. It can be a house, it can be a car. And when we can learn to stand up for ourselves in that, and even if our voice is shaky, even if we're nervous and all of that, and even if we think, yeah, everyone's going to, which a lot of them do, say, I make everything myself. I don't buy any commercial stuff. I have not touched sunblock for well over 30 years. I
Really?
live in one of the hottest countries in the world.